On one of my daily sunset walks, I noticed a garden bursting from a small flower bed, sparkling like a pirate's treasure, in a space that had always been strewn with filth and mess and litter. It looked like the jumbled work of an eccentric artist. I admired it every day, but I didn't want to connect, afraid that I might be asked for something. I just took my joy from the garden and walked on with a smile in my heart. As the weeks went on, it became a fascination for me to see who was admiring the garden. Was it a rich old lady dripping in gold and diamonds, talking to the burgies about their flowers? Was it a child coming to add a smurf or a toy lizard or a plastic bucket and spade? Our history divides us, our race divides us, our class divides us. Yet here was the most effective bridge I have ever seen, uniting all the residents of Sea Point, those that eat at tables and those that eat from bins. One day, driving on my way to work, I saw about 15 police officers dressed in blue uniforms. That's strange. Why are they all going to look at the garden? Then I realized the law enforcement were there to enforce the law. As they scooped the garden and its treasure into blue plastic refuse bags, it was turned instantly into junk. That's how I actually met Henry and Ernest. I can't remember how or when Henry told me he was sick. There were times during the next 6 months where I'd go away thinking I would never see him again. One day he gave me 2 plastic white roses. They're amongst my most precious possessions. He was admitted to Somerset Hospital sometime in April. Around 5 in the morning on the 20th of May 2012, I dreamt that Henry and I were walking slowly out of the hospital down a long corridor. All I was aware of were the shafts of white light streaming in and how we were holding hands, gently squeezing and caressing each other's fingers. Just he and I walking on and on in the bright light, holding hands. Henry's ID was ready for collection that day, the day he passed away.
When you must separate, that will be heartbroken, really. For me, Anna, I love you.